one of the all-time greats, and not just a coach, but a person. Best man at Mooch's wedding, Tom Izzo here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Coach?
God, I get to be on the same week as Charles. That's a good deal.
Well,
the all-time greats, but I'm good, Rich. I'm good.
I want to be fair and balanced, Coach. You know what I mean? I got to get the Spartan point of view here for this big game this weekend.
I appreciate that.
So
I know you're lying, but I appreciate it.
No, I wanted to dial you up and see how you're doing. Certainly with the Wolverines set to potentially lay down the law here. This is going to be a fun one, I think. What do you think? What do you think?
7 of the last 10 were fun ones. I don't know if this one will be a fun one, but we'll see if we can make it fun. You know, we've kind of all the pressure's on you, not as much as on us.
That's true.
Either way, I think it'll be a good game. I think we're ready to play. We played really well last week and then didn't play as well in the fourth quarter. But this week, I think we'll try to put all 4 quarters together.
What's your relationship with D'Antonio like, Tom?
Yeah, it's really good. You know me and football guys, I like them more than basketball guys.
Right.
So, but I had a good relationship with Bo. I had a good relationship with Lloyd Carr. You know, Lloyd Carr and Mooch and I went to Northern Michigan. You know, he's a little older than us, but we did graduate from the same high institution in Northern Michigan.
I'm sorry. Mooch calls it the Northern Michigan. You know that, right? He calls it the.
Yeah, he's insane too. I know that too. So,
but I guess, do you and D'Antonio have conversations or, just sit back? Because, obviously you guys are face-front individuals for your university, Coach.
Oh, we have conversation. We live about a block from each other. And in fact, we got in about 3:30 last night, Rich, and I'm on the road to go to Canada and do a little recruiting. And I talked to him this morning before I left. So, yeah, we do. In fact, normally I go down for the game, but we play again on Monday, so I don't think I'll be there in person, but I will. I'll schedule practice so I can watch the entire thing, just in case you and I make another wager of some kind.
Well, you can bet we will do that, but we could put a pin in that. You were there. You were there for the botched punt for Michigan, right? You were there in the building that night, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So I'm glad you're not going.
In fact, I was trying to call you on the way home.
Yeah.
Your wife wouldn't let you answer.
No, Tom. I hit that button, went straight to voicemail. I didn't want to answer the phone. I wasn't talking to anybody. I wasn't talking to my wife. I wasn't talking to my kids. I wasn't talking to anybody after that one. So I love this that we're talking about. No, gosh, now they're showing video of this on the screen. Can we please remove this here? This is my own staff, if you will, my own crew.
I love your staff, man.
I know.
Good.
Oh, my gosh. So this is interesting. So here you are. You play in Brooklyn last night. You take on Seton Hall. Tight game. Now you're home. You're already in a car driving to Canada to look at somebody. That's the life of Michigan State's Tom Izzo? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, it's really a glamorous life. I'm kind of driving over the bridge right now, the Ambassador Bridge. If you can remember back to your days around Ann Arbor, you'll know the Ambassador Bridge. And so I'm driving over it now and going to see a game at 2 or 2:30 and then go back. We're off today because we got back so late. And so that's why tomorrow I can't sneak away like I normally would. I don't miss many games over the years. Most of them, that's better than you've done. And when's the last time you've been back for one?
You know what? I was the honorary captain
I remember that.
For a couple of years ago, and I asked Mooch, because Harbaugh asked me to address the team. Mooch is one of the people I reached out to say, what in the world do I say and how do I say it? And he's like, speak from the heart. Speak from the heart. And it's interesting, too, on that front, Coach, that's what you do so well, one of the many things you do so well. I saw what you mentioned this week in your addressing the media after the passing of Zachary Winston Cassius's brother, nicknamed Smoothie, and you wore a patch in his honor last night. Where do you find, I guess, that reserve? Where do you go to when obviously that's your role beyond the X's and O's, Tom?
A bit here. Hopefully I don't go out. If you can hear me.
I can hear you. Go for it.
one thing Judd didn't leave in the book. No chapter on that. It was tougher things that I've been involved with, Rich, and it's a great kid, great family, and a lot of people from a lot of different areas have, kind of made statements about it. They've all been good. It was just a tough deal, and it's going to remain a tough deal for a while, I'm sure, but we've kind of tried to rally around it, and that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. And where do you I mean, do you pull the kid aside? I mean, like, what as you said, there's no rule book on it. I'm just wondering what do you do
well,
in a
that's
situation
the hardest
like that?
part. I tried to tell him that I'm going to be there for him. I'll be a good listener. If he needs me to talk once in a while, I will. But I said, as long as you're going to play, I still got to coach you too. And so it's been pretty good. We've had a lot of dialogue back and forth, and the first game, which was within 20 hours of when it happened, played really good, and everybody told me, that you play on adrenaline the first time, it gets harder, and he played pretty good last night, but not as good. It's been a tough practicing, and his family's, thank God his family's close enough that they've been around, and he'll get to spend a lot of time with them today and this weekend. But, I got to tell you, Rich, and yet, who am I? I mean, he's got to deal with it. His family's got to deal with it. I just got to be supportive of it.
Tom Izzo here, a couple more minutes with the Michigan State head coach as he's making his way to Canada to see a game a day after dispatching the Seton Hall. And then again, what do you look for in your team? Here it is. Again, it's a long slog. We're not even at Thanksgiving yet, and you want to get to March. You want to cut down a net in April. What is a plan for a coach in that scenario, Tom?
Well, we opened with Kentucky.
In the Garden.
We played Seton Hall, where it was number 12. And we head to Hawaii next week. Kansas, who was number. Here, it's almost like March. We got a long way to go. We love a guy named Josh Langford, who probably.
I think we're
4-year starters, so that's been a little. We're adjusting to that, and then adjusting to the tragedy. So, right now we're trying to keep our head above water, and yet building, and we're.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to just pick up the phone there. Would you there, Mikey? Chris, tell him. If you get there, can you pick up there, Chris? Pick up there. If you get him, tell him that I can't wait to. Is he there? Can't wait to tell him I can't wait to send him Michigan pajamas. That's what we should do. I should send him like a big Michigan Snuggie pajama. Right? All right. At any rate, that's Tom Izzo here on the Rich Eisen Show, the great head coach of Michigan State basketball right here on the show. Is he back on? You got him? I don't know. He's talking. Is he talking your ear off over there? What's going on over there, Chris? Doing?
I'm trying to figure out it, but Coach and I are working on a bet.
Okay,
right now,
very good.
So,
all right, so tell him I said thank you and say hey.
For more of the Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.